Good morning, Zodiac. Welcome to the morning quickies. I'm David, and this is for the 16th of June. Whew, been a rough morning, but we got them all. Using, so you know what I'm using: Gilded Tail Royale. Clarify with the Klimp deck, if necessary. Sometimes try to move along in the quickies. So, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, check it. Great place to do it. Keep the readings at 5 minutes. Bear with me. Come on, man. That's the second time I did this. I'm a little. I do 5 readings a day, 6 days a week, including 2 heart spreads and 2 singles. And by the way. Today is Leo Virgo day because it's Wednesday. So I'll start with Pisces, end with Pisces and Aquarius, and start with Aries and Taurus. Do 2 a day, right? So yeah, volume I got a fix in. Everything was fine. Using it a couple days, and I do all the readings. Didn't do a sound check, because been working fine. Nothing's changed. It's just totally not working, broke, whatever. I don't know. I'm not a technical person. So anyway, I'm redoing it just with the phone. That's okay. It wasn't meant to be. I thought it went pretty good. Aries, welcome. I'm David, doing the morning quickies here. It's for the 16th of June. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Keep that in mind, and particularly not just for you, but if I do come up with signs in the reading, keep that in mind. It could be something other than their sun showing up. And I appreciate your likes. Make sure I'm put together here. And my second run at all the readings, so had to take a minute to calm myself and get recentered so we can do this. And we're going to pull through the deck here with 4 cards. Name of light and love, so it serves the greatest good. What can you tell us, Spirit? Helpful for our Aries friends. Give me a thumbs up. Appreciate you subscribing. We're open personal readings. If things resonate, let me know. Hierophant. So, I like to see this in this position as someone that's vibing really high. You know, look at the light coming off. So, this is, I mean, you know, I'm not a church type person, but like if you were involved in the church, I'd say you'd be doing it at a very high level. Like, you know, there's a lot that can be done in a church structure to give aid and sustenance to people in the community. There's mystical Christianity, takes it to very high levels. I get the feeling this is what we're dealing with here. In Aries, it is vibing very high, very spiritual person. You consider yourself a very spiritual person. And this has something to do with the relationship, you know. I could speak to this a little. I'll just say that I've worked with a lot of psychics, done their astrology charts, could do that too. And a lot of them have the same problem. Really amazing healers, energy workers, psychics, mediums. It's not just that, it's that they vibe really high. And, you know, it's cool, but for dating, it's not so cool because your pool of potential mates to go science on you is small. So, you know, typically when you're vibing this high, not too big a deal. You're usually pretty comfortable in your own skin. You're like, you know, I can do this alone. I'm not desperate. Certainly nothing like that. Just something comes to mind. Yeah, crossing you. Not surprised. 4 cups. So what do you think of the 4 cups reversed? Because that's kind of what this is in the blocking position here. I gotta say, I think it's what I'm talking about, because it's reversed, and this is what's blocking you. And I think this is it's a little about you, and it's maybe just kind of the way of the world. It's like, I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass, because I don't. But honestly, if you're a light worker and a healer and all this, and if you're just vibing really high, in terms of love, like I think we have to learn that you can't just have anybody. you have to really be discerning. And you could even say to use that intuition of 4 cups, emotions. And that's also Lilith energy to me in the ladle chart. Everybody's always, what's Lilith? Well, it's that gut feeling that, you like something, you don't like something. And by God, you don't really need a reason. That's the intuition. But I think that's kind of what we're dealing with here. This is the advice from Spirit. This is very interesting. I get a very spiritual reading here. I hope the volume's coming through okay. I'm working on a fix on that. I already lost 5 readings that I do every day. That's about 2.5 hours because I didn't know if the volume wasn't working. But so I'm just using my phone. I'm going to get a good fix in. I don't really know what the problem is. But you're getting advice here from Spirit to fight, and take action. And it's really, I would say, take action to defend yourself, to protect something like this. But this certainly seems to be about a person, And another thing maybe comes to mind. Not everybody agrees with this, but I mean, because there's Gandhi, and but I think because you're a spiritual person, that doesn't mean that you can't say fuck you or throw a punch even if it's necessary. I know some disagree, but I think this is about Spirit's trying to suggest to you to take an action which you might find unpleasant. And it's some kind of action, But it has to do with the fact that you're not finding love, you're wherever kind of you look, you're finding it's either they're not interested or you're not interested. And like I say, I think I can see what's going on there. Now this is a nice outcome. I'll have to clarify the 5 of Wands, because this 8 of Wands says you're overcoming, absolutely overcoming this. And I see this, see how the light's like projecting from around the Hierophant there? And that's why I say it's so positive. It's in this position of where you're at in terms of love and relationship. And this means you're glowing, you're inner lit, you're surrounded by the pure white light. Basic prayer protects everything. But look, in the future, there's a promise here that you're going to take off. But in between there stands something. You got to take some kind of action. What's going on here? Spirit, we clarify. The Klimt Dark deck, see what we can get here. Okay, what's the action our spiritual Aries has to take? Okay. Queen of Challenges, Queen of Cups. You have to give your heart here. I think that's what this is saying. Somehow that's hard for you. Not sure what's going on with that. But this is a Queen of Cups. This is also in the advice position. Spirit could be showing us someone coming into you, but they'd be very emotional, the master of emotion. This could show that you've gotten a little closed by your experiences. They've negatively affected your energy. That's maybe what you got to realize, and you got to kind of take action to restore, really your faith in life. And because you can't, if you're a spiritual person, you can't lose faith, and because you got fucked, that's not allowed. They take your card, they actually take your card for that shit, and you will for a while. You dark night of soul, all that, but you have to believe in the process. So whatever happened is for a reason, and maybe for you it's going to involve some kind of action that's going to be contentious with other people in order to open yourself to this. I think it's going to be a water sign person coming in who's really your perfect mate. A man or woman, doesn't matter. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. So it's well worth it. And it's once you start throwing punches, once you start making movement, this could be maybe the wands are not a battle, my testosterone poisoning coming in. Maybe it's about taking action, So you're this spiritual person, and you're there going, ah, and when you really expect the universe is gonna, the like a porno movie, perfect guy's gonna knock on the door, I'm here for your plumbing. So you got to go out and take action, but maybe for you to do that is not easy or something. But this is how you're going to get to this. And now you're going to be projecting this Queen of Cups energy too. And that's how it's going to come in. So it's about being emotionally open and vulnerable, but also emotionally mature and intelligent, and attracting in a person that way. As intense. Let me know, Aries, what you think of that, guys. I'm kind of slowing down, taking my time, because Taurus, welcome. I'm David. This is doing your morning quickies for the 16th. I already did all my readings and lost them. So after taking some time to ground myself, I come back and I'm slowing it down even more. I don't really know what's going on with the volume, but we'll figure it out. Some technical things. We're just using the phone. I'll try to speak up a little. All right, this is you, Taurus. Death. Trying to keep this a little reading, so it's a daily reading. So this could be just change, and you're in and around you is the energy of change. Maybe you want to change sides of the bed. And keep it the little as possible. But yeah, let's see what's crossing this chain. My God, Spirit. This is a love reading. So often what's getting me is these kings and queens and even emperor and empress every time. They come up in the crossing position. So imagine a reverse King of Swords. There's no bigger asshole. No bigger asshole, and they're gonna let everyone know. This is the asshole that's in the restaurant with the F and the D and the MFers and FU2, and I mean it could be really nasty here. So this kind of like blocking this transformation. Yeah, and this is your energy in relationship. Going through some kind of change, and you're not being supported here. This person be like almost like actively undermining your transformation. It's going to be in your charts, in your progress chart, or just looking at your transits. Look at where Pluto is at 26 retrograde in Capricorn, guys. Probably relevant to whatever this transformation is. And here is advice from Spirit, but make a choice to do something else. And it's like, could imply even you have two choices here. But Taurus, look at how wonderful this card is, all the light streaming through. It's morning. This person's not unhappy. I used to backpack all my life and go into the woods. It was the most wonderful time of my life, really. And so this is what Spirit's advising you, is to realize that, just because we're going through a transformation, believe me, I know, it doesn't mean life comes to an end. You're still got to live your life and everything, and you still get to live your life, really, not that you got to. And Spirit's kind of advising you that if you make a choice to go in another direction, that it's going to be auspicious for you, highly auspicious for you. 6 of Pentacles. Yeah. I think it's going to bring in balance, because one thing, when you're going through these difficult transits and we're going through transformation and change, the last thing we need is the King of Swords upside down being a uber dick, uber bitch. So there is every reason in the world to walk away from that, and Spirit's really assuring you here, rest assured that if you walk away from that, you might be thinking like, I don't know if I can handle, I don't know if I handle the bills, I don't know what it is that you think you can handle, but it's saying that you will. And in fact, you will feel better. You will feel more balanced and safer. So whatever it could involve money, resources too. So if there's any concern there, it's like, go ahead and go. You've got dinner in the backpack there, I think was the deal. It'll be good. Thank you, Taurus. Geminis, thanks for joining me. It's David, doing the morning quickies for the 16th of June. Already did everything. I had about 2.5 hours of work, and the sound was gone of the new mic I've been using. So I'm just starting over just a phone. And in response, I'm just slowing everything down after I kind of got myself good and rested a while. So welcome, 16th. This is you, Gemini. Very nice, showing up with the Nine of Pentacles. So you'd be feeling pretty good about yourself right now and secure. And someone, if you're cross-watching, this is a Gemini that they don't need your money. They, they're very good on their own, and could actually be a bachelor. Could even be in a relationship and have this energy. It's just someone who's self-contained, whole. Moon, this is your crossing here. Think about it if it's reversed then, because it's like the moon reversed. I think the moon reverse is, I can't even put this. This is something you just completely, because the moon is kind of that something in our cells that we don't see. This is something completely eclipsed from you. You're in the dark about something. Think about that. I've never had it come like that before. They're in the dark about this. Let's see what your advice is. This is a Page of Cups. Interesting. So the Page of Cups is emotional, sincere. I think this is not really, this could be a person, but not like a lover. It could be a child, a younger person, someone you consider. This could also just be something you read, something you see that emotionally connects with you, and it's going to give you some kind of guidance. And it's moving into the outcomes. It's going to be very important in exactly what the outcome is, which I'll see here in just a moment. But yeah, I think like this could be something somebody says that is it's something emotional that hits you, and it's probably going to speak to this darkness. But with this reversed, this strikes me as something very difficult to see. I may clarify for this over. Let me see what we got for outcome. 4 Swords. This is how I'm going to read this. This is not you. I appreciate you letting me know. Let me get a clarifier also. 4 Wands. Clarifying the moon. Now remember, this is in your crossing position. Okay? So the moon is reversed. We'll just think of the moon as being reversed. I pull the clarifiers up right like I do everything. So I think deep down, and I'm kind of like, should I just end this? Because I don't want to, this is, okay, I was going to say it. You don't see this, so you probably, if I say it, you're like, not, but you need to heal about something here that, when I say that, like, you're going to be like, heal about what? And this is what this little message, this could be me, this could be a little message that comes in, because it's something emotional. And, this is in your crossing position. That's the 4 of Wands. So that means what's crossing you is the 4 of Wands. So it's like maybe the reason you're single, is because of whatever this darkness is that you're not seeing. It's actually blocking being able to have a relationship here, and it's something emotional. I don't think I'm getting any more on that. So for a quickie read, check your end of June heart spread, see if there's more. I can't remember what Taurus. It's heavy. It's on the playlist. But this means that I think you're going to have some awareness of this, and then you're going to emotionally become aware of it. And so it could be that it kind of hits you. It could, I just a thought. I mean, it could be a relationship thing. But it just like you didn't think it was that big of a deal, but maybe you really buried how big of a deal it was. And when it really hit you how big of a deal it was, then you actually kind of have to kind of grieve it a little bit, And like you're carrying this energy over, and you're being very strong and kind of like, but I get out of this, you're reading that, it's not pretending. It's like that's just how you're trying to deal with it, by just not dealing with it, and it's saying that you need to deal with it. So, woo. Thank you, Gemini. Cancers, thanks for joining me. This is David doing the morning quickies here. This is for the 16th of June now. Have a sip of coffee. Bear with me on the sound. Hope it's okay. I'm just using my phone, but I record 2.5 hours of video. Lost it all. So centered myself and restarting. I'm trying to just slow things down and work on this and worry about the audio later. So 4 swords. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bear with me. I'm pulling through the deck. Just applied them wrong. So I don't want to do that. Now we have the 10 of Cups. Aren't you glad I made that change? Yeah, no, not the 4 swords. 10 of Cups. And that 4 swords means nothing. That's just my mistake. It's a miracle that I can talk. But this is great. I mean, you're coming in here, Cancer, with all Cancer all the time, you know. Feeling like you're in the throes of the happy family. You found the one, you know, emotional fulfillment and love in a relationship. But there's someone that's not happy for you. Fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, rising of Venus. Keep that in mind, just like for your reading. And that could be someone who's quite bitchy. And then, you know, this could be someone that's kind of like acting against your relationship. I don't know if this is your person yet, but I get the feeling it might be another person. It's like, in my experience in relationships, it's maybe with the exception of a marriage counselor, it never helps when a third party gets into a relationship, you know. There's so much that goes on in a relationship that's so subtle and so intimate between the two that it's very hard for a third party to really understand the dynamics. But that's what I get. Yeah, causing the disruption. This person, through their actions maybe, would be some kind of threat, you know, that you know, you're in this nice 10 of Cups energy. You don't need this kind of nonsense. This is the advice from Spirit. I love, you know, the Ace of Pentacles in this deck. It's so strong, that elk there, so bold. And it is anyway, Ace of Pentacles. And I think this is clearly advice here to stand strong against this person. Stand, and it's saying you will. I mean, it's saying you have. I get the feeling it's saying like you, whoever this person is, it's like you have all the power. I want to say like you could crush them like a bug, but you're not that kind of person. You're vibing with the 10 of Cups. You're probably vibing very high. Comes to mind like a bug, like they're annoying. You know, one mosquito and you ruin your night. But Spirit with this is kind of giving you permission, I do believe, to put an end to this like once and for all. And implies to me that you do have a steady relationship, though. Let's see what the outcome is. Justice, yeah. Okay, could go 2 ways. This could simply be a divorce. In which case, you're being given the advice to take a strong action in your own self-interest, enlightened self-interest here. And then this would just be a divorce situation. And then this fire sign would most definitely be your person. But this is someone that's kind of interfering in a marriage, coming between a marriage, okay? And this is saying that you need to stand strong, okay? And when Spirit says that, it implies that's for a reason. It's not to stand strong so you can be shot by the first hunter, because that's going to lead you in the best direction for you, right? Which ends up with a severing of an unbalanced situation or a divorce. It could be the divorce of another person takes the heat off of you somehow. Tell me if that resonates. If this is not just simply your person, which it could be, it would imply, though, since you're in Ten of Cups energy, that this hits you like a ton of bricks. Then, if it's your person, it might have been fast and hard, and you maybe didn't see it coming. So, sorry, Cancer. Thank you, guys. Leos, thanks for joining me. I'm David, doing the morning quickies for the 16th of June. I already did everything once, including the 2 heart spreads and 2 singles readings, but the volume didn't work, so I'm going to calm myself down. I'm slowing everything down, and we're going back to the quickies, and then later we will do a Leo and Virgo, because every Wednesday is Leo and Virgo day with the heart spread and the singles read, meet the soulmate. So right now, this is you, the Emperor energy. Yeah, you ain't playing, Leo. Be advised, everyone that's cross-watching, don't fuck with Leo right now. I mean, it's Aries energy, could speak to where Aries is in your chart, that type of deal, but that shows terms of love and relationship. And it showing up in this position, it's like making a statement, and if you're cross-watching, the statement is, no, I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change a goddamn thing. Period. Like, So you're solid, and you're very comfortable in your own skin, and you know who you are and what you want, and it is what it is. And another way to put this is a Leo that absolutely will not settle in love. And what's reversing it? Strength. I mean, what's crossing you? Strength. So think of strength reversed. Wow. I gotta just see what the advice is here. King of Wands. Advice from Spirit to match your crossing card of strength is the King of Wands. So a lot of fire in both of these. Similarity. I mean, they're both Leo cards, flat out. But now. And now this is your advice. Stomp on the gas, I just heard. Why are you not stomping on the gas? But why would an emperor not feel strong enough to move forward in a bold, assertive, outgoing way and take a strong action? There's a loss of strength there. No. You're being clarified with the Klimt art deck. So Judgment's clarifying this. That's tricky. I'm kind of clarifying strength and the King of Wands. So both the adversity and the advice. Like, why would an emperor not have a strength to be bold like this? It would seem like the most natural thing in the world. And this is your advice to be this way even. And the answer is Judgment. So Judgment is being called up and called out, and I think that's maybe what's going on here. Put it here. You would be a Leo who, maybe by someone else, you could be drawn in this other fire sign, other Leo and Aries, a Sag, Sun, Moon, Rise, Venus think, but someone that might come with that energy, because the Spirit is asking you to go ahead and fire it up and blast off. And it's like the judgment is you're not rising to your own occasion. You're not believing your own rhetoric. You know there's something in you saying like do it, but for some reason you can't do it. And maybe you feel like you don't have the strength to do it. So it's a little bit like emphasizing with the Emperor only the stubbornness of the Emperor and forgetting how strong the Emperor is. He's the strongest person in the deck, bar none. I mean, you get esoteric and argue that the Fool is stronger, but no, don't go there. It's the strongest person in the deck. Work with me. So, Page of King of Wands is absolutely perfect. And so you just got to turn your head, and it could be like simply saying, I don't know if I'm good enough for this. I don't know if I deserve this. And you made mistakes in the past. Could be about forgiving yourself. I see it as been rising up to something that we've kind of known. As soon as I say it and you're honest with yourself, which I think most people watch tarot are, you know, you're going to immediately go, oh, yeah, I get that, right? Outcome. Ends with the Three of Swords. So, I just got the answer. This is so heavy. I don't know. I feel really emotional. I do anyway. It's a heck of a time. But look here now. I just said, and Emperor's strongest person in the deck. Nobody gets to the Emperor. Is the safest person in the world. But the Emperor still has a heart beating in that chest. So does the Emperor's, male or female, it doesn't matter here. And I think what you've been doing is you're trying to protect your heart because maybe you're just feeling like I can't stand to have my heart broken one more fucking time. Rules the heart. And I get it. And I'm kind of in the position of thinking like, fuck me, who am I to say otherwise? But Spirit says you got to overcome this, and that's going to mean you're going to have to deal with this pain and this fear, and that all of it probably makes you feel not like the Emperor, because like I say, the only person who can get to the Emperor or the Empress is their lover, is through their heart, and these are thoughts, so they can get to them, nobody else, and you know that, but you're being called up here to be brave and knowing what you know, that your only vulnerability, your only Achilles heel is your heart, Leo, which is the ruler of you. So you're being asked by Spirit to be very brave. Leos are very brave. Turn that strength around to upright and be very brave and lead with your heart. And I know exactly what this is like. Thank you, guys. Virgo, I'm David. Thanks for joining me. I'm doing my second round of everything in the morning quickies for the 16th of June. I'm just using the phone. Hope you can hear me okay. Try to keep my voice up. And there's the Judgment card. I just got it as a clarifier in the other deck. We'll take that as meaning this is pretty important. Just clarified the last reading in the Klimt Art deck if I need to clarify, guys. I think Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus too. I keep forgetting to say as we go along. Okay, give me the likes, subscribe, yes, hit the bell. I have a very strict reading schedule. I did 5 readings today. Wednesday is always Leo and Virgo day, you should know. So you will have the heart spread and singles reading up as usual. But Judgment here then is an interesting place to be in. It's a big place to be in terms of a relationship. Major Kana, of course. But you might, as I'm talking, you might be feeling you're being called up. You're being called out. And not by someone else, not like some asshole on the internet calling you out. No, this is like your own higher self is saying, it's time. Man, you will see this in your astrological chart. Let me know and do that too. But if you know anything about astrology, look at your transits, look at your progressed chart, everything, and your soul return, even get a bead. And you're in a period of life, and this is around relationships, so it's very important to you what you do. And you probably could be, in some way it would manifest as you're kind of feeling like you have to do something really different from what you did before. And it's kind of challenging. Like if before you always went in kind of needy, you're going to now be more detached. If before you were more attached, now you're being asked to be more vulnerable and open. Like that. Wow. 8 of Cups. Think about the 8 of Cups reversed. I gotta say, it's a little bit like what I was just saying with the 8 of Cups reversed. Yeah. You're having to change something in the way you do deal with relationships emotionally. And it'd be like walking away from an old pattern. So I'm not really sure right now. It seems to be along the lines of if before you tended to be too fast, too open, too vulnerable, too given to the romance phase, too lost in Neptunian energy of fantasies and the romance phase, is to do the tighten up and detach and go Aquarius on it, you know, and get some perspective and stuff like that, kind of back off a little bit. But right now, it really could be the other way. You know, it could be you've been too head over heart, and you need to really lead with your heart and be vulnerable, more open. Put it out there. I tend to go with that one, but in general, I would anyway. See what resonates with you. And look, this is a beautiful card to get here. I think whatever it is, if this resonates, you give yourself to this. You make this happen for yourself. This is for yourself. This is not a person here yet. And there's a promise that it will align you with your soul's purpose. I think that's what I was trying to say, right? That's what judgment does. It calls you up. It's not somebody calling you out. It's calling you up to get on the chariot and get in alignment with your soul's purpose, with your life's purpose, with the flow of the Tao, right? So that's really beautiful. What's our outcome here? 7 of Pentacles. I think you're going to do this. I still don't see a person here, guys. That's okay. It's okay, Virgos. But once you do this and get in alignment with your life's purpose, I think what this is going to represent is this is really representing a change for you. Because you're going to be so changed, Virgo, that you're going to have to kind of stop and think about things that used to be routine. That's what this is. And it's not bad, but it's kind of showing too that you're going to be more focused on reciprocity, on maybe, why do I do things? Why do I give my energy? What do I get out of giving to anything, washing the dishes, your work, your love. And it's all going to be as you move more in alignment with your soul's purpose here, just big. I like it, Virgo. Thank you, guys. Libras, thanks for joining me. I'm David, doing the morning quickies here, the 16th of June. And I'm asking Spirit in the name of light and love, only so it serves the greatest good. Can you guide us here today? Made Libras that want a message on love. This is you, where your mind and heart is at around love. Okay, you could be in a third party, you could be an affair going on, or you could just be out celebrating because the masks are off and having a good time. Either way, it's pretty positive energy. In terms of relationship, getting out and having fun, someone that might be single. And 9 of Wands is blocking you. It's like you're not think of it as being a reverse 9 of Wands, so it's like you're refusing to give it your energy to something. It's like probably something you gave your energy to in the past, and now you're refusing to give your energy to it. Now, in one way I could look at that as, well, maybe that's why you're out partying with your friends, no? That kind of thing. But, because it kind of feels like that. It's like maybe you were in a relationship, that makes sense, and you did 90%, they did 10, and now you're refusing to give any more to it. But the thing about it is, this is blocking you, so it's not good. This was an advice, I kind of make a lot of sense, but see what advice is here. Some help. 2 of Swords. Yeah, it's kind of going. I'm going to go ahead and get the outcome. Ace of Wands. Okay, so that gives me a little more. So this 9 of Wands, I'll read it, we'll read it as reversed. And this is your advice from Spirit. Outcome. Lots of passion here. I'm on the edge of saying if this is a fair go for it. I'm going to have to clarify 2 of Swords. But I feel like what this is someone, like you feel like you gave yourself to someone and you feel not appreciated, that kind of thing. And I mean, literally what it is like revenge sex, revenge affair, something like that. If not, then it's just the energy of like, I've given enough of my life to this person, and even though we're committed, I'm going to go out and do me and have fun. After all, they don't give a shit. They haven't done anything. What have they done for me lately? So I think like with the advice of the Two of Swords, you can talk to them about it. A little different Two of Swords, but I read intuitively. I told you I want to clarify, but I think this is about, like, you just sort of, I think it's just out of anger, or you just don't like dealing with the, you're a Libra, you don't maybe like dealing with conflict. But this is like deal with the conflict. And I'm saying, the universe saying deal with the conflict, okay? That I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And it's like, you've got to figure out what to do. You can't just run away from it, okay? And I say, figure it out with them, okay? Whoever they are. And I'm just going to say it. There might be, if you want to figure it out with your lover, figure it out with your lover, want to figure it out with your person that you're involved with originally, that's fine too, or either way how that works. Because this is your future, and there's a lot of passion. And with this in this position, there's nothing wrong with it, right? It's like also, I can also read this as holding back passion too in a relationship. And maybe you were holding back passion because you weren't finished, or you maybe are still in a relationship. So maybe it's not like a fair, okay? But like you can't do the nasty until you take care of the business. So take care of the business, because the nasty is going to be great. Woo. Libra, you lucky dogs. All right, thank you guys. Scorpios, thanks for joining me. I'm David, doing the morning quickies for the 16th of June here at the Casa. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Keep that in mind. Sip of coffee. I already did 5 readings, lost them, technical problems. Just using my phone right now, so let me know. I'll be at fixing this audio thing once and for all next week. I had enough of it. Because I want to be able to focus on the card. Speaking of, the star card. Very beautiful card to come up with in terms of love and relationship here. You'd be feeling very optimistic around love. Maybe this is also a manifestor card. A lot of times I like to look at this as manifesting. It's interesting in a short little reading. We'll see. You're very, very optimistic about love and getting what you want, and your wish fulfillment. 2 of Pentacles is blocking you. But you're just, and I gotta think manifestation. So you're in a very beginning stage of manifestation, but because the 2 of Pentacles is blocking you, you're not really taking any meaningful action upon it. In terms of manifestation, that could be so many things. One way to manifest one is go to work and get a paycheck. But even if you're trying to manifest love and using magic or something, you can't necessarily just sit there. You have to have some kind of action. And, maybe that's what's missing from your plan is, because this is like a balanced routine, schedule. It's all this kind of Saturn stuff, taking care of business. And kind of implies that it hasn't become real to you too. It's just purely manifestation and spiritual. It's like, yeah, you're saying the words, maybe you're feeling warm inside, but deep down, you kind of really don't buy it that's going to work, that kind of thing. Then that would definitely influence your manifestation. Now look at the advice. Temperance. That makes a lot of sense here, Scorpio. Sag card. Think about that, where that is in your chart. What's going on there? You got the South Node going through there, 10 degrees. Got anything there? But this is advice from Spirit. And I think it's like seeing you're on the right track with temperance here. Say if this is a manifestation. Because this is really, and maybe the advice is too, you're being maybe negative too, because this being like super duper positive, like annoyingly positive for me anyway. It's like, I hate those people. It's like, please go away. Please say something negative. But this is that super duper positivity. But this is about your manifestation of your person. So it's kind of important, And it's very optimistic, and it's balanced, and it's long-term, and it's patient. And so the combination of these is like, there needs to be this adjustment to your manifestation. And you just need to put some into it Like you need to really believe it, I think, yourself, is what that's saying. And if nothing else, I mean, here's a tarot reading. I mean, I don't think my interpretation's so crazy because Temperance came here and your advice from Spirit, right? And here you are getting this advice. And look at the outcome. Really? Temperance followed by the Sun. If this is manifestation, how successful are you going to be? This one little glitch. God damn it, I'm going to pull a clarifier just to help. Three of Swords. Just one little glitch. Come on now. This is something to do with somebody that broke your heart, the past. There's something going on there. And it's making your manifestation weak and negative somehow. I'm not criticizing. I'm trying to help. But I understand. God understand. Because it's not enough just to say it. We have to believe it. And I think that's the problem. You're having trouble believing it. Maybe, I think, intuitively, there's something to do with the past person. Maybe you're giving them a little, you're being too nice. I'm not saying you're interacting, but in your mind, maybe you need to accept the fact that they really were bad and the breakup really wasn't bad. Maybe you're trying to paint it as a little bit better than it was, and that, I'm just saying, that might be the one that got to you, and kind of got this kind of negative feeling in you about relationships. I call relationship PTSD. I think it's one of the most common things out there, apparently. Right? Thank you, guys. Sagittarius, I'm David. Thanks for joining me, doing the morning quickies for June 16th. Hope the volume is okay. I'm trying to get in close. As you get in even closer. Even closer. Why not? You can't probably see the cards. We'll figure it out. But trying to get the mic situation resolved now. It just broke. But pulling through the decks, so we'll focus on this. That's what I want to do. Get all that stuff done so I can just focus on tarot. I don't have to worry about microphones. But focusing on the tarot, this is you. Keep in mind, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. That's a big argument. Five of Swords is serious fighting. That's how I see the Five of Swords, guys. With the Five of Pentacles blocking you. Man, you're fighting, and what's blocking you is like you don't have a lot of ammunition. Right? It could even be poverty, like you're fighting with your significant other, whoever it is in this reading for you, Sag. And crossing you is you really don't have enough firepower. You might not have enough energy to deal, let's say, with this situation, with this fight. It comes to mind you can't win a relationship. And it comes to mind too is like the Five of Swords and the Five of Pentacles should equal I surrender. I get I surrender, but this is blocking you, so you're not surrendering. Keep that in mind. And surrender, I don't really mean to the other person. I mean surrender, like give it to God. Like stop fighting with the other person and all of that, whatever it is, just go, Spirit, God, everyone do it. You know, I give you this and I release them to their highest good, and I release me to my highest good, and try to let go of this, you know. Because also the Five of Pentacles here, it could be like a weight, like an anchor. Wow, this is your advice from Spirit. Do I say any more? God help me. Thank you, Spirit. Sagittarius. So, pretty straightforward. You're going to want to walk away from that, just like I just got through saying. Thank you, Spirit, backing me up. That's what I just said. I really should have said more. Pretty much what I was just saying. I didn't see the card yet. And you're going to go to your happy place, Sag. Jesus. I mean, it's very simple, you know. Just really, this is very important. Be assured, if there's anything to tarot, and I know that there is, however you feel right now, if you let go of this and turn your mind around on it and just really walk away from this, could be something just in your mind. It could be Five of Swords, Six of Swords. You see the progression? It could be just walking away from something in your mind, some negative, toxic thing that you, this Mercury retrograde. It's a good time for this kind of shit right here to happen. This is what Mercury retrograde is all about. realizing and changing and integrating unhelpful mental patterns. Mercury retrograde, hello. And so you do, and you're going to end up being the happy bachelor. You're going to be content and secure and emotionally fulfilled and happy, but you'll be alone, but it's going to be okay, no matter how bad it seems now, Sag. Thank you, guys. Wow. So Capricorn, thanks for joining me. I'm David, doing the morning quickies here for the 16th of June. Hola. All right, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Keep that in mind as we go along. I'll be clarifying with the Klimt deck if I need to, guys. And here's you, Page of Wands. This is where your mind and heart is at, in and around relationships right now. Now, Caps, the Page of Wands is facing away from the reading. So usually this is someone wanting to give a message of love. It's something small. It's maybe not I love you. It's I'm interested in you. I'd like to date you. It's walking up to the barista in Starbucks and saying, what's up? That kind of energy. But maybe you're not actually doing it. You're just thinking about it. You're just on the verge of it. You want to do it. It's your intention. It's a strong intention. What's blocking you? The Lovers. Huh. Well, think about the Lovers reverse, because this is in your blocking position. You don't have the confidence. Now, you're coming in as a page, so I don't know if this is true, but the reason you're feeling this is because you don't think you're good enough for them, Capricorns. And this resonates, then this is your reading. If not, check your Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, because that's absolutely what this is pointing to. We'll see where it goes. But now, this does not say you are not good enough. This says you do not think you're good enough to approach this person, take the action. Like maybe you want to take the first, you want to be the one that says, hey, I'm interested in you. But you're thinking, there's no way that they're interested in me. They're so much better than me, whatever it is, like that, right? This is your advice from Spirit. It's like, this is corny as hell. But here I think I'm channeling your mother, because what you're being told is you damn well are good enough. You're as good as a king, Capricorn. Page of Cups. The outcome is the Page of Cups. Okay. It's not going to end well, but I still think you have to do it. Eight of Wands. I still think you have to do it. Good, because I clarify with the Klimt Art deck with the Eight of Wands. So with your outcome here, and keep in mind that you've got Spirit telling you that you're 10 of Pentacles here. You're solid. I mean, 10 of Pentacles, you really don't need anyone or anything. And so this isn't going to work, but the reason why you have to do it is it's going to break the ice. It's like when you do this, you hit this person up. This could be like, I don't know, like if you told your friends, I'm going to hit up so-and-so, it might be the kind of thing where they say, are you out of your mind? You're going to hit up so-and-so? But you need to do it. I think you need to do it. And because it's going to kind of lead you to something else. And it's hard to say how that would work in a quickie reading. But check Capricorn. We have up your mid-June readings are already up. The larger heart spread, that's the one I direct you to. Look to the playlist, guys. I think you might find more there. Okay, and let me know what you think of that, Caps. All right. So Aquarius, David here. Thanks for joining me for the morning quickies. We're on June 16th. Can you believe it? Think about Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, not only for you, but as I go along, if I see signs and call them out, keep that in mind. Could be not their sun coming through. Let's see where you're at. Six of Cups. You're nostalgic. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. It is Mercury retrograde. This is not the time to be calling up exes drunk in the middle of the night, Aquarius. But really, you're in that energy. And either probably thinking about someone from the past, thinking nostalgically. It could also be that you're just newly in a relationship with someone that has that soulmate feel, like you feel like they know you and you know them, and it's one or the other. And the Hanging Man. Now this is what's blocking you, but you guys can't get together yet. I always think of the Hanging Man as a timeout too. That's what's blocking you. So think about, I hate to do football analogies, but think about, why do they call timeout? I mean, they only get a few of them. It's because they look at the lineup and they see they're about to get their clocks cleaned, and they say, whoa, we gotta, so they think the other team probably knows their plays or something. So now they gotta really back up here and think about everything, come up with a new plan, look at things from that different perspective. But this is blocking you, so none of this really are you doing. As I kind of said, danger kind of implies because it's kind of implying maybe you need to do this. And to me, when I associate the Hanged Man, it's often too like there's a red flag, but we don't exactly put our finger on it, but it just makes us take a little time out and back up. And so maybe if you look around, think like there was something that happened that was a true red flag that kind of is nagging at you a little bit in your nostalgic wonder. King of Cups. Now this is your advice. I gotta say, it's kind of like I was just saying, the King of Cups is what? Emotionally mature, emotionally grounded. They capable of being vulnerable, master of emotions here. And this is your advice from Spirit. And if you take this and combine it with the Six of Cups, I'm telling you right now, this is not time to make a move on anybody. If you met him during Mercury retrograde, or someone new, maybe don't make a move, because I don't think you have yet, because the Hangman here. So I don't know if you're hanging back, excuse me, because you're, seeing that red flag, or because you're just having a feeling, kind of a bad feeling. But you're very much being called to channel your most mature emotional self and look at this very clearly emotionally. Because in the future, you're going to have an opportunity to basically do what you want with this. So I think, excuse me, what you have to keep in mind is that phrase, be careful what you wish for. Because I think you're going to get it. I think you're going to get it just like you want it. And it's going to involve, though, you really looking at it from a very clear-headed emotional point of view. And you may have, it comes to mind, you probably have all the other tools. You're able to take action. You may have resources. You mentally, you may be able to think your way through it. You communicate well. Maybe what's going on here is a little bit of being vulnerable emotionally, adding that into the mix and leveling up to this King of Cups. And that's going to absolutely be the last pinch in the elixir that creates the magic that gets you what you want. You may be dealing with a King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person too. Sure, mostly available person. Pull them in, the mirror pulls it together, all right, guys? Thank you, guys. All right, Pisces, always last, never least. Thanks for joining me. Doing the morning quickies for the second time. It's for the 16th of June here. I think Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Appreciate your likes. Appreciate everybody subscribing. Thank you very much. This is your energy, the Empress. Gotta love it. Let's see what's challenging the Empress. The Knight of Wands. I think about a Knight of Wands reversed. Wow. So, one thing about the Empress, really likes harmony and peace and beauty. But this is someone very much disturbing that, because a reversed Knight of Wands, just an asshole. Like, this is like the kind of asshole you might see in a comedy movie, where it's like overdone to emphasize for comedic effect what a huge asshole they are. So, this is what's bothering you. And that would bother anyone. But I think with you, it's got to be particularly bad because, you would, in yourself, feeling very calm and balanced and whole. And, and you're around this, it seems like an immature energy, too, compared to the Empress. Someone's definitely not matching your energy. Oh my God, Seven of Swords. I was afraid of that. So this person is immature, selfish, rash, probably brags, probably, you may already know him to be a liar. And this is from Spirit now. So Spirit's not going to advise you to cheat, lie, and steal. And this card is not always about cheating and lying and stealing. But in this position, in this read, it is absolutely about your person. Yes, they cheated and lied. That's what that's about. So I get the feeling this may have come as a real shock to you. This wand moves very fast, this Knight of Wands. You were probably didn't see it coming, I'm guessing. But remember that you're the Empress here. And one thing that comes to mind, if you just think about the cards, with the Kings and the Emperor and the Empress, they're so strong and so protected. The only one that can get to them is someone that they let in to their heart. So, Pisces, this is someone you let into your heart, all right? And that's the only way you're vulnerable. So I get it. Outcome. This is the Queen of Cups, and it's walking away from this. I'm going to tell you what I think this is. You might see down the road a water sign coming into your life who's really different and totally different emotionally. Also, Queen of Cups, loving harmony and beauty. But you might see a Cancer person or a Scorpio or Pisces person come in. But I think more what this is about is someone being there for you, and they're facing away from the reading and they're guiding you into the future. So this could be also just a friend, a really good friend in your life, or if it's a potential love interest, somebody down the road might actually be a lover, okay? A really good match for you. But I think initially they come in and it must be a feeling, it's a queen, there's someone kind of equal to you, like in their social stature, around the same age, that kind of thing. It's a really a lot of support for you emotionally, because I think you're going to take a big emotional hit and see getting in and out of that. Let me know what you think, Pisces, and good luck, and thank you to the Queen of Cups that's coming in to help the Empress. And I think so, I forgot to say, this is important. Another way to read this, my first impression, I don't know why I went the other way, because it was more complicated. This is you not being bitter when this is all over. Don't be bitter, and you won't. You won't, and that's why you're pulling in this person. If you went away from all this shit bitter, then you'd probably pull in, I don't know, the Devil card or something, really, But no, you're pulling this Queen of Cups because you're not allowing this to, what they brought the vibration down, you're not allowing it to affect you and to generate you, Pisces. Good for you. Thank you, guys.